Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we saw Death Wish, starring Bruce Willis. Connor, what is the plot of Death Wish?
Death Wish follows Bruce Willis as his wife is murdered and his daughter is beaten into a coma. And basically he's like, fuck y'all shit, and he starts killing criminals for fun. And then eventually he gets his kicks so hard that he decides he's gonna kill the people who murdered his wife and daughter too. And the movie ends with the dramatic in-house climax where he uses his rights as a God-loving American to shoot up the rest of the criminals in his own home. And even though the detectives know that he's the one that killed the people and was the vigilante, they're like, yeah, you're good to go. We're not gonna charge you. We're just gonna neglect the law in this case to give you a pass. So Aidan, what did you think of Death Wish 2018?
Death Wish is probably the best movie of all time. It's a very classic 70s style action exploitation movie, just like the original, except it stars Bruce Willis and it's filmed well. And the movie is basically the film equivalent of I Think the Fuck Not, You Trick Ass Bitch.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
Yeah, where every scene, Bruce Willis, the movie pretty much, it's got the startup, you see his wife and daughter get fucked up, and then after that, Bruce Willis walks through the hood with a gun, he sees a rapist, and he's like, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch, and shoots the fuck out of him. He finds out about this drug dealer named the Ice Cream Man, and he says, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch, shoots the fuck out of him. And the whole time
Nothing phases the guy, he gets his kicks.
he doesn't even fucking care. He walks up, the ice cream, he's like, you're the Ice Cream Man? And he's like, yeah, who the fuck are you? And he's like, I'm the last customer you'll ever get. Bam, 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 bam. And he just walks out of there, not even run. He just waltzes right out of there.
No mask, literally nothing but a hoodie too.
The fucking, and everyone's like, this is the Grim Reaper Chicago. You got all sorts of fucking Sway in the Morning popping up, and it's playing AC/DC's Back in Black and fucking Love Sosa, and it's just jamming. It is like the perfect return to the 70s exploitation film. Oh my god, people shit on this movie so hard for basically being NRA propaganda and, you know, fuck Donald Trump.
True.
But it is so much fun to return to that classic 70s who gives a fuck action movie just like the original. And everyone's, you know, the movie is shot fairly well and the action is so much fun. Like when he walks up to the Ice Cream Man, it's like so casual, and then he just casually whips out the gun. He says his one-liner and he goes, bang, bang, bang.
Oh,
just
he
walks
shoots that
up.
fucker like 50
And
times.
everyone in this movie,
Everybody gets loaded
in
with
classic 70s style, everyone in this movie's a fucking goofball. The cops spend all this time chasing him down. They're like, we gotta catch this serial killer because it's bad, you know? And at the end of the movie, you know, the cops spend the whole movie arguing about fucking donuts and shit. And then at the end of the movie, Bruce Willis basically, he kills 3 of the 4 people who were involved in his wife's murder. And the last one, he basically baits into coming to his house. He goes and buys some guns legally and self-defends himself against the last guy and his henchman. And the cop comes up to him and says, so what you're telling me is you got this injury on your hand that's almost healed, this gunshot in your shoulder that's almost healed from this fight. And he's like, yep, that's my story. And the cop, who's played by Dean Norris from Breaking Bad, says, alright, just don't kill any more people, lets him fucking go. And it's just, the movie, literally every scene, we were the only people in the theater, so, you know, we were doing our thing, vaping and laughing. Every fucking scene, it's just Bruce Willis walks up to some criminals, some gangbangers, some rapists, whatever, and he goes, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch, and just blasts them the fuck away. But also they get fucking creative with it, like, Bruce Willis is on the ground, he's about to get shot by this one gangster called Fish, and the bowling ball falls on his head, like there's this bowling ball that gets knocked over. the guy's about to shoot Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is like, I think the fuck not, you trick-ass bitch, and the bowling ball falls on the guy's head, and then he ties one guy up, and he's like, I'm not gonna kill you, Jack will, and the guy's like sitting underneath this car that's jacked up, and Bruce Willis whips the chain, and it pulls the jack out, and it falls on the guy, and his head just explodes everywhere.
Oh yeah, that was fucking brutal too. They showed that shit, it was bloody.
The movie is like pure, unadulterated 70s B-movie fun brought to the modern era. It's well shot. Acting's a little shitty for most of the people, but I liked Bruce Willis. I can't imagine this movie with anyone but Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis.
Well, Bruce Willis was pretty shitty in the movie too, but I loved him.
He was shitty in the first half, but once he started killing people, you could tell Bruce Willis got into his. You know, Bruce Willis took out his NRA card, and he's like, I think the fuck not, you trick-ass bitch.
The thing is, this is Bruce Willis in his element, man.
Yeah, it is.
You're not
Shooting
allowed.
the fuck out of
You're
people.
not allowed to pull off a lot of this shit
This is
anymore,
like-
as evident by the reviews, which are like, there was just a shooting. This movie should have been canceled. It's like, just because I made a
It's
movie
pretty
about
much-
blowing up a building 2 days after 9/11 doesn't
It's
mean
pretty
I'm gonna
much the
cancel it.
perfect fusion of the original Death Wish and Die Hard, where John McClane spends all of the original Die Hard and all the subsequent Die Hards. He's kind of a memester, you know? He's shit-talking Hans Gruber, roasting people. And he does the same shit in this movie. He walks up to him and says, fuck you, tricky-ass bitch, and just bang, bang, bang. Takes out every fucking criminal, and the cops are just like fucking fine with it. They spend the whole movie tracking this cop down. They're like, there's something off about, or he's a surgeon. They're like, there's something off about this surgeon. And then at the end, the fucking cop, he takes a slice of pizza. The pizza guy delivers to this fucking crime scene.
Probably
Fresh slice of
had
pizza.
to come under the tape and shit to come up to the door. He's like, let me 1999.
His partner comes up to him and says, "Are you satisfied?" He says, "No." Takes a piece of pizza, bites into it, and says, "Now I'm satisfied." He walks up to Bruce Willis and says, "Don't kill anyone else, and we're gonna let you off." You know, it's like.
Dude, I might be the only person on planet Earth to buy this shit on Blu-ray.
I don't get this shit first day on Blu-ray. It is so
I ain't buying The
fucking
Last
epic.
Jedi. I didn't buy John Wick 2.
yeah.
But once in a while, there's a movie so fucking kino that I'm like, this is home release.
This movie is
worthy.
This movie is a hilarious throwback to the classic 70s B-movie. And there's not much to say about it because the plot is literally just Bruce Willis running around saying, I think the fuck not, you trick-ass bitch, and blasting the fuck out of gangsters.
Dude, they should have just included the yippee-ki-yay motherfucker in there,
But
even if it's trademarked.
It's so simple, and it works so well at being a classic 70s B-movie. Oh my god, Connor, what'd you think of Death Wish?
Death Wish was so fucking good, it's retarded. I went in there like, this movie's probably gonna be crap, and everybody was fucking hilarious in this movie. Like the gun store owner, Bethany. My favorite line in the entire movie is, she's passing him the gun, and she's like, he's looking at guns, and he's like, all you have to do is pass a gun safety test. And
nobody fails.
Yeah, nobody fails it anyway.
My favorite part
and
is...
then he buys the gun from her later. I'm like, this is like some
Yeah, he
fucking
comes back to
NRA
buy the
shit.
gun
It's
legally
so
so that he can... He buys the gun legally so that he can kill the last guy in self-defense and get away with it all. And they set up this thing early on. They show like a commercial for the gun store where they have this desk where when you kick it, it pulls out a secret machine gun. And he gets it, and at the end of the movie, like the bad guy is cornered, and he kicks the desk and pulls out
Every
like a fully
time.
automatic AR-15.
They weren't
He's
even
like,
subtle about their foreshadowing. You're like, Bruce Willis is gonna smoke some motherfuckers with that later in the movie. It's not like It's not like M and James Bond, where like 5 things get explained and never come back. You're like, this is gonna be integral to the plot. You know that motherfucker. And literally, all he did to hide the evidence at the end was he threw out the Glock he stole. They're like, so you had nothing to do with the Glock? And he's like, never fucking seen a Glock before in my entire
what's
life.
with that mostly healed hand injury? Oh, I got it shooting this gun.
And Bruce Willis is touching up crime scenes. Never wears a mask, never wears gloves, constantly caught on tape, left-handed, just like Bruce Willis, killing the people that Bruce Willis his family got, or mom got, or wife got murdered to. Fucking, and like, they're like, we found your class ring at the crime scene. He's like, wow.
Every scene in this movie just reminded me of I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch meme.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the bad guy is in cornered. You're like, oh, Bruce Willis is in trouble now. He kicks the desk, pulls out the gun. I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch, and
Dude,
blows that guy to fucking chicken tenders.
Everything about this movie was fucking,
It's
just
kino.
next level thing. I mean, and the fight scenes were not shot like shit. They were shot pretty
Yeah,
good. They
they were
weren't like
exactly.
John Wick style fight scenes. Like, this was like no choreography. Bruce Willis would just come out with a gun and fucking smoke people. And honestly, part of the charm is some of the dropped plot points. Like, there's another copycat. They're like, there might be a copycat vigilante that comes eventually. The copycat gets killed. Never mentioned. Bruce Willis is watching the TV where it happens, shows no remorse, turns off the TV, and goes back to doing it that night. He does not give a fuck about anything, and it's awesome. And I love how,
So
like,
good.
and nobody shows, like there's emotion for like 5 minutes after his wife dies, but he gets so much joy from murdering people that he forgets all about it.
Who can
And
forget the
even
scene?
the grandpa.
On the drive home from his wife's funeral, his wife's dad sees like these poachers in his yard, and he whips out this huge gun, and he's like, "You gotta protect what's yours."
Oh yeah, it's Ed already.
He's shooting. It's so epic.
It's so fucking epic.
It's like the closest any movie has ever
It
gotten to
feels like
replicating the 70s.
It feels like a direct to VHS fucking action movie from the 70s. This movie could have come out in the 80s, 2 months after Die Hard, still starring Bruce Willis. It would have been exactly the same, and it would have been fucking dank. So this movie is incredibly fucking dank. I fucking love this movie. Because just everything about it's fucking dank. Everybody's a memester. The action's fucking cool. It happens constantly. You literally, like, the other criminals, you think it's like a vengeance thing, like a Batman style. No, he just fucking. And
he just walks around. He's like,
it's
rapist,
therapy.
fuck
He's
you.
like, it's fun, you know. Like the whole thing. And
Oh
in the
yeah,
end, it
his
ends.
therapist is like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And he's like sitting in the therapist chair, and he smiles. He gives this little smirk and a head nod. He's like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing it.
And then the end of the
Think the
movie
fuck
where
out,
he's
you
like
screwed it.
reformed, some guy like steals a bag and he goes up and does like a finger gun at
Oh
him,
my
and then
God.
the fucking credits roll. It's like, this motherfucker is a cold-hearted fucking killer. And I fucking
Cold-hearted
love it.
Batman vigilante with a gun.
And the other awesome thing is, a lot of these movies, you like with John Wick and stuff, you're like, this dude's a professional, so he's kind of getting away with it. He's not really tampering with too much evidence and shit, and he's got the underground organization, which kind of can help him cover his tracks. Believable. This guy would have been caught in 5 minutes. He would have been killed in 5 minutes.
fingerprints everywhere.
Yeah, he's
Anytime.
touching shit up. He's touching up Xbox games and shit.
He's walking through the hoods of Chicago.
He gets
in
shot,
his hoodie,
there's
his
blood
signature
evidence.
Grim Reaper hoodie, and nobody's shooting at him.
Well,
He's just
no, he
walking
changes the color. It's white in one scene, it's black in one scene.
Yeah,
it's
but if
gray.
I saw a bald white guy with a hoodie, I'd be like, bah, 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 bah.
No, they would either have shot, in Chicago, they would either shot him immediately or would have started Facebook Live in it and then started shooting. But I also love how they're like, there's a crime problem in Chicago, and it's like, and they're like, it's black on black crime. This is a serious problem. We need to help people reform in the start of the movie. And then you think, like, maybe you'll see some sympathy for these gangsters. No, they're fucking toasted. They come to win Bruce Willis and his fucking firearm. And it's a movie that promotes vigilantism. Because you look at it and it's like, you're
The
not gonna,
cops turn a blind eye.
like, the copycat gets killed, and maybe that was like a liability thing where if like somebody actually like copycatted the movie, they'd be like, well, you kind of got to look at the writing on the wall. But they don't know. He gets away with it every time.
He's
never
praised by
gets
the
killed.
cop.
Kills a bunch of people. The cop pretty much winks and's like, good job. Like,
Good job killing those black people.
and everybody loves him. And yeah, that was another thing, is they were not afraid to kill pretty much exclusively black people. Granted, there was like a white
Most
dude,
of
a
the guys
Mexican
who were-
dude on the gang that actually did it.
The guys
But
who
I
killed
think
his wife.
every single person that didn't kill his wife and beat up his daughter were black.
That rapist, the carjackers, anyone who wasn't involved in his wife's murder was pitch dark, while everyone else was white.
The ice cream man. And I also don't get how all the radio personalities and shit know him by his street name, the Ice Cream Man. No one calls him by name, but like Sway's like, the Ice Cream Man, the
was a little
infamous
weird,
Ice
but
Cream
whatever.
Man was killed. The Ice Cream Man. ice cream man.
Just to show
And
that
then-
Bruce Willis is
But
fucking
he's
badass.
sitting there on the street, literally against an ice cream truck.
Oh yeah.
And they're
No,
like,
he's just
they're
leaning
like-
back in the hood.
they're like, he shoots all sorts of children in the night, and the kids are like, the ice cream man got me. It's like, you think this dude sitting on the sidewalk would have eventually been apprehended, especially since there's fucking evidence.
Also, they suspect.
It's not like it's just a random gangster.
They suspect Bruce Willis's brother because Bruce Willis's brother's like a fucking petty criminal, and then Bruce Willis's brother finds out that Bruce Willis is the killer, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna defend you.
Oh yeah. But the other thing too is I like how Bruce Willis's brother, Bruce Willis pretty much, the people who murdered his wife found him because his brother owed this street criminal $2,000 for what we don't know, presumably like cocaine or gambling or loan shark or something. Who fucking knows? But he owes him money, and then pretty much Bruce Willis puts together that was the guy that killed him. His brother's the one that did it. Then his brother shows up. He's like, "What's up, buddy? You want a beer?" Like, no mention like, "Hey, it's sort of your fault. My family got murdered." Because he's over that shit. He's over his wife getting killed because he's fucking killing people and he's having a good time doing it. And I loved every minute of Bruce Willis in this movie. I loved every minute of this
super
movie.
fucking thing.
It is the next level, and I understand why the critics gave it poor score because, all the writers are writers, and that means they're liberals, which means they hate guns, and it probably would have fared a little bit better on Rotten Tomatoes, but it came at a horrible time right after the shootings. Yeah. But honestly, if you like 80s action movies, like if this shit came out, dude, if this movie came out at the same time as Die Hard, it would have at least 60%.
Oh, if this movie was the original Death Wish, I wouldn't call it some sort of fucking critically acclaimed masterpiece, but it's a cult hit as far as 70s exploitation goes.
I would call this movie
the
the white
same
person Shaft.
This is the continuation of the Death Wish series in every sense.
This is white person
People
Shaft.
have spent years trying to recapture the 80s, doing shit like Kung Fury and shit.
That's how you.
This movie perfectly encapsulates the 70s. I mean, there's a modern setting. They have iPads and iPhones. But thematically and action and everything, it's a fucking 70s movie recreated in the modern day, and it's fucking kino.
Alright. Aidan, would you recommend
Fuck
this?
yes. Please see this movie. Let this movie make enough money that I can see a sequel to it. Connor, would you recommend Death Wish?
Yes, I recommend Death Wish 100% wholeheartedly. If the whole team wanted to come back and make another movie where 2 hours they were being dank memesters and shooting people up, granted it's probably not going to happen because it's only made $10 million and it had all the controversy, so the sequel will probably make even less if it happens. I would totally watch a sequel. Oh, no setup needed. He's just like, I love my daughter. Kisses her on the cheek, and he's like, but I can't stop doing what I'm doing and just murdering people for 2 hours.
Well, yeah, now that
Bruce
his
Willis
daughter's
shooting punchline.
Now that his daughter's out of the coma, you can have the comedic scenes where he spends his day killing criminals, and then he comes home and his daughter's like, "You're late from work," and he's like, "Don't worry, I had some stuff to deal with." And then it cuts to a flashback of him shooting people in the face.
Oh yeah.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass
And
bitch.
I also like how they weren't like a lot of these movies too, somebody gets shot, even John Wick, it's a little blood comes out, they fall on the ground. Here it's a fucking fountain of blood comes out. The head smashing, literally his head gets smashed and there's fucking organs and shit all over the ground,
really
spilling
gross.
out of his neck.
That scene, the entire car scene, he cuts the guy's leg open and he's pouring.
That was actually hard to watch. The brake fluid.
Yeah, he takes the scalpel and he cuts the guy's leg open. And he's pouring brake fluid into his nerve, and it's the blood is bubbling because it's corrosive, and the guy's screaming in pain. And I actually got some Saw vibes, and then he grabs the chain, he walks away and says, "I'm not." The guy's like, "You're not gonna kill me," and he's like, "I'm not gonna kill you." Jack is, and then he just whips it like this, and the car's like,
you know what's gonna happen the second he walks in there.
"Oh,
but it's
I
just
do."
the
But it's
joke
just,
is
the
a
payoff
fucking
is so good.
Everything is so good, dude. Everything.
Death Wish 2018 is probably the most.
I don't care. Recommend the movie.
Do you recommend the movie?
Yes, I recommend the movie. It's very good. Well, that was Death Wish 2018. Definitely watch this shit.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.